Morning guys, up and at 'em, out here doing it, making it happen, putting the work in, putting the time in, and I hope everybody's having a good Friday and gonna have a good weekend. It's we're all lucky with the hurricanes, I tell you what. Well, lucky now I say that. Oh dear, but anyway, we are getting lucky, so hope everybody's good. Go and hit the subscribe button for me, please, if you would. Give me a like, pass me around. I'm trying to get the word out there, help a bunch of people, help with business too, and just to help some people out there. If this could cross someone's path and it could help somebody, and if it does that, then I'm doing my job. All worth it in the end, right? All worth it in the end. So I wanted to talk about ego this morning. And it's a tricky subject because it's a sense of your personal identity and kind of a feeling of that self-importance, really. It's pretty much your whole, we all have it because it's part of all the programming, it's part of all the bits and pieces, the things. Kind of adds to your uniqueness too, because we all have that ego, but we all have it for different things. That's why it can really get in the way at times, depending on where the ego's at. Because if it's above and beyond, then it could start being a problem. One of those being where you start maybe doing things that, you know, you feel someone's judging you for something. It only has to be a feeling, guys. It don't have to be real. It only has to be a feeling, or a belief, I should say. But let's say you believe that someone's judging you on something. Let's say you got a nice new jacket and you like this nice new jacket, and there you are out with this jacket, and someone comes up and says, "Oh, I don't really like the colour." If your ego is crazy, if you're confident enough to be wearing it and okay with it, you're good. But if your ego gets in the way and overinflated, then you're going to defend it. And you're going to start arguing with that person instead of just being, "Oh, I like it. I'm confident with it. I'm okay with it." Instead of saying that, you start going into trying to defend it. Not only that, if there's some truth, and you may have had a little bit of a like with the colour, and someone says it draws your attention to it, because now it's interfering with our identity, isn't it? Right? Starting to interfere with that identity. Oh, this is not the identity I wanted to push over. I was looking for this kind of identity. There's your ego. The other thing is the confidence part of it. I remember when I first bought my first miler, and I went out wearing it one day, and I don't wear it for a fashion or anything like that. I wear it for a reason, because I follow a certain path, I'm on a certain journey, and it's just part of. Reminds me sometimes, if I'm in a bit of a headspace, I can grab them sometimes. It just levels me up, puts me in mind of the teachings, Buddha and everything else I follow. So, but anyway, I put this marler on, went out for the first time, started having a bit of a kind of an identity crisis for some reason. I was aware that I was wearing this thing, and I started believing I was being judged. Well, that's a thing to the identity. So the old ego got in the way. I ain't wearing that, and I put it over on the side. And then it only took about a day. I started to think, why did I do that? It's not what I'm wearing it for. I'm not wearing it for a fashion statement. I'm wearing it for a reason. And I got through that ego. I knew it was my ego getting in the way. And I put it back on. I went out there and I wear it every day now. Wherever I go, I wear. I've actually had comments on it. I've actually made connections with people while wearing the Namaste. But it's not for anybody else, it's for me. That's for my own identity. I'm not trying to push an identity for other people. It's when it can get in the way, man. It starts getting blown up out of proportion. What happens if you've got a certain skill? Yeah? If you've got a certain skill when you're in somewhere and you believe that someone's trying to tell you about your skill isn't right or good enough, they might not know anything about what you do. But if you feel it's starting to be in a bit of an attack on your identity, your uniqueness, right? Because like I say, it's all unique. Not everybody's going to feel offended or attacked by it. If you're self-confident in what you do, and you're absolutely 100%, well, I wouldn't say 100% because that becomes that horrible word perfect, which is another bad word to take out of your vocabulary, guys. Perfect, get that out of there. It's no good, no such thing. Standards, perfect, forget about it. Take it out, don't even use the word. It's defeating. But if you're confident in your skill and you believe that someone's having a bit of a ding, it ain't gonna bother you because you're confident in what you're doing. But if you've got that little bit of kind of doubt, maybe, and someone does a ding, it's not like a judgment. It could be a criticism of some kind. It's not judging. But you go off the handle and you start defending it because it's your ego. Yeah? So just start being aware of that ego getting in the way, guys. Because it can be a real problem. It really can. And not only that, is it really the identity you want to push? Is that? Because once the ego pushes up to a certain level, now it's got to keep that. If it lets it drop, if the ego starts thinking that it's dropping, it's gonna cause you a problem, guys. Because now you're starting to believe that uniqueness is disappearing, or that personal identity is disappearing, right? And now anger can kick in, and all kinds of stuff can kick in, trying to defend it. Let the ego go. Let it go. It don't matter what people say. It don't matter what they say, right? Let the judge be judged. Because if you can't stand being judged, don't judge. And that all comes into dinging that ego, guys. So just be confident in what you know, be confident in what you do. You don't have to go crazy, we all have that ego. Everybody's got it. Depends on whether you're aware of it and whether you're going to let that damn ego take over. And remember, you are unique. And part of your ego is unique. Just don't let it interfere with your everyday. Because it starts to get in the way. Like I say, a tricky subject. There's a lot of different pieces, parts to the ego. And it's sure not covering it in this kind of video that I'm doing right now. But it gives you a little bit of perspective of what this ego can do and what this ego is. And being aware of it. Because once you're aware of it, you can change it. If you're not aware of it, and that ego's walking around like a peacock, thinking it's the best in sliced bread, and I'm sorry guys, but that kind of turns people off you, because people don't like an ego like that, and it's not going to be very nice to you, because a lot of people, they may be walking around but don't even know they're doing it, and then wondering why this is happening and why that's happening. It's down to the ego. Not being attacked or anything like that. You don't need to defend it like crazy. Just be aware, guys. Have a great weekend. Love each other. Give each other plenty of lugs and hugs and kisses, and pass that heart love, guys. Pass the heart love. Stay the course, guys. Namaste.